Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Nekopara Volume 1. Last time we were teaching Vanilla how to make a cake. Let's see what we have going on today. Thank you very much, says Chocolate. Master, rub me, please. Rub, says Chocolate. Hey, I told you not during work, says Kashao. There are no customers in here right now, says Chocolate, so it's fine. Just a little, she says. Alright, just a bit, okay, says Kashao. Yay, rub, says Chocolate. Okay, fully charged now, she says. Chocolate is gonna take out the trash, says Chocolate. Sheesh, what a handful, says Kashao. Stare, says Vanilla. What is it, Vanilla asks Kashao, measuring the levels of resolve on Master's face. Beep, boop, beep, says Vanilla. Evaluation. Slack level. Bulldog, says Vanilla. I can clearly sense the spite in that evaluation, says Kashao. You were watching the whole time, weren't you, he asks. I wasn't, says Vanilla. I was working diligently, she says. I wasn't saying you were slacking off or anything, says Kashao. I wasn't, says Vanilla. I think you're being too self-conscious, Master, she says. No, I mean, says Kashao. Pervert, says Vanilla. Never mind, says Kashao. It was obvious that she was staring at me the whole time. Was this some sort of new rebellious phase of hers? I'm not sure catgirls even have rebellious phases, though. Anyways, the total sales for today is, says Kashao. Vanilla headed towards the register, paying me no heed. Vanilla doesn't say anything. Asks Kashao. Vanilla sniffs my back. Vanilla asks Kashao. Master, why are you pushing your back against me, asks Vanilla. Wait, says Kashao. You're the one who pressed against me, he says. I am? Against Master, asks Vanilla. Vanilla tilted her head with a perplexed look on her face. I've seen this reaction before. It seemed similar to something that had just happened yesterday. Vanilla, could it be that you're, says Kashao. I'm going to take out the trash. Excuse me, says Vanilla. Chocolate is taking it out right now, says Kashao. There she goes. Kashao doesn't say anything. This was how Chocolate behaved yesterday. Could it be Vanilla is in heat? I wonder to myself. The two of them were twins. It wouldn't be strange if they were going through the same stage. It isn't at the same level as Chocolate was yesterday, though, says Kashao. In any case, I'll just observe what she does for a bit longer, says Kashao. Chocolate has finished cleaning up the bakery, says Chocolate. Chocolate always does such a good job cleaning. Even Chocolate is impressed herself, she says. And that's why Chocolate wants to be petted and praised, she says. Alright, you did well. Pat, says Kashao. The tabletops haven't been wiped down yet, says Vanilla. Chocolate will be back soon. Like a bird. Chocolate flies, she says. Chocolate is as energetic as ever, says Kashao. That's one of Chocolate's good points, says Vanilla. That's definitely true, says Kashao. Kashao doesn't say anything. Are you alright, Vanilla asks Kashao. Alright. What do you mean, asks Vanilla. Well, like, how are you feeling, he asks. Feeling fine. All green, says Vanilla. I see. Then that's good, says Kashao. Well, she seemed to be the same as usual. Chocolate would get visibly dizzy when she was in heat. So I guess Vanilla wasn't in heat after all. I'll be done cleaning up the kitchen shortly, says Kashao. Vanilla, go and help Chocolate, says Kashao. Roger, leave it to me, says Vanilla. Vanilla, asks Kashao. Master. Rub rub. It's thicker than before, says Vanilla. Hey, Vanilla, asked Kashao. She came up to embrace me from the front and rubbed her cheek up against mine, speaking in a sweet voice. Hey, Vanilla, calm down, okay, asked Kashao. Shinguri says, I'm always clever, says Vanilla. No, that was a Fleming response, says Vanilla. No, enough of that, says Kashao. It's a Fleming that surpasses Fleming, a super Fleming, says Vanilla. No, says Kashao, when you were studying for the Bell exam, I saw an actual Fleming face. Besides, you were the one who said it wasn't good for your health to hold in your urges while in heat, says Kashao. Wrong, says Vanilla. I am certainly not in heat. Nothing embarrassing like that, she says. It's not something to be embarrassed about, says Kashao. I argued with Vanilla. Was being in heat something to be embarrassed about, I wondered? I didn't think that catgirls felt shame, though. Stare, says Chocolate. Ah, Chocolate, says Kashao. Is something wrong? You're making that face, says Vanilla. Vanilla, asked Chocolate. Hey, Chocolate, says Vanilla. Hey, Chocolate. Chocolate, what do you do? Vanilla's cute voice. Chocolate's lips and tongue crept along the nape of Vanilla's neck. With each wet, sticky sound, Vanilla's body twitched. No, Chocolate. Stop. Her body's gone completely limp, says Chocolate. Vanilla is so cute, she says. Chocolate has never seen such a cute ecstasy-filled face before, she says. Hey, Chocolate, says Kashao. It's okay, Master, says Chocolate. Okay, asks Kashao. After all, Vanilla is in heat, right, she asks. No, I'm really not, says Vanilla. There's no way you could deceive another cat girl, you know, says Chocolate. Look, your whole body is emitting such a sweet scent, says Chocolate. Chocolate, says Vanilla. Besides, we've always been together, right, Vanilla, asked Chocolate. You knew when Chocolate was going through it though, right, asked Chocolate. Chocolate, says Vanilla. At a loss for words, Vanilla cast her eyes downward. She blushed, breathing in shallow, quick breaths. She was gripping her shoulders as if she was trying to hold something back. Vanilla, is she right, asked Kashao. As her owner, I asked Vanilla once more. She looked at me with troubled, upturned eyes. She answered me hesitantly. She nods, by bowing her head very slightly. So you really were after all, says Kashao. I did feel it was rather strange, but if that was the case, then Vanilla really does need to be relieved. Vanilla's health will be affected if I don't do something. So that meant I'd have to do the same thing to her as I did with Chocolate. No. Even if I am her owner, that would just be way too... Vanilla saw how lovey-dovey Master and Chocolate were and wanted it too, didn't you? Asked Chocolate. No, that's not how it is, says Vanilla. Didn't you say for yourself that there's no point in trying to hide it? Asked Chocolate. Chocolate, says Vanilla. Chocolate. You were able to keep a straight face on even though you were already like this, asked Chocolate. Uh, don't move your finger, says Vanilla. I suddenly gulped. I was unable to find the right words to say, as I was entranced by the two cat girls in front of my eyes. How long have you been holding out for? Asked Chocolate. You were working in the store with such a demure face while you were like this the whole time, asked Chocolate. That's not true, says Vanilla. I really can't take it anymore, says Vanilla. That's because you're lying, isn't it? Asked Chocolate. Unless you tell the truth, Chocolate isn't going to stop. I'm telling you it's true, says Vanilla. Master, says Vanilla. She looked over at me, hoping I'd cut in and rescue her. You can't ask Master to save you, says Chocolate. Come on, says Chocolate. Lying would only make it worse for you, right? She asked. If you tell the truth, both Chocolate and Master will take good care of you, says Chocolate. You two will? Asked Vanilla. Vanilla's pure white throat gulped. Ever since Vanilla went into heat, she's become pretty wild. I'd gulp just like Vanilla had. This is all because you started saying weird stuff, Master, says Vanilla. Weird stuff, you say, says Kashao. Like wanting to know more about me, says Vanilla. It's because you said weird stuff like that, says Vanilla. Blushing, she looked away. Her gaze darted around even more than before, as she stole small glances of me. Vanilla sure is a cutie, says Chocolate. You started feeling this way after Master said those things to you, right? Asked Chocolate. You did too, Chocolate, says Vanilla. Yep, so we're the same, says Chocolate. That's why Chocolate understands you so very well, Vanilla, she says. Chocolate, says Vanilla. The two of them were still intertwined together. Chocolate looked over towards me naughtily. How about you, Master? Asked Chocolate. What do you mean, how about you? Says Kashao. What Chocolate is asking is how do you feel seeing Vanilla in heat like this, she asked. How do I feel? Asked Kashao. Of course, Vanilla is a precious cat girl of mine too, says Kashao. As long as it's fine with Vanilla, I won't be, says Kashao. Master, says Vanilla. She looked at me with ever so slightly dewy-looking eyes, and then looked away, blushing. After taking a big breath, she looked at me in the eyes once again. As long as Chocolate is here with me, and if it's with Master, then, says Vanilla. I wouldn't be against it, says Vanilla. Vanilla, says Kashao. Am I good enough for you, Master? Asks Vanilla. I'm not cute like Chocolate, she says. Don't be silly, says Kashao. There's no way you're not cute. I might be your owner, says Kashao. But more than that, you are my precious cat girl. I told you that, didn't I? He asked her. Yeah, you did say that, says Vanilla. She smiled awkwardly, tilting her head. She looked up at me modestly with upturned eyes, as she twiddled her fingers together. Then, I want you to take care of me too, says Vanilla. Master, says Chocolate. Chocolate. Master, says Vanilla. Master, says Chocolate. Master. Chocolate, says Vanilla. As they let out sleepy breaths, the two of them rested their cheeks against my body. I petted both of their heads, each with one hand, and looked up at the ceiling with my mouth still slightly agape. It is a big bed, but I never thought it would actually be useful in this way too, says Kashao. And here we are, sleeping right next to each other like a big family. I murmured that aloud, never thinking that this could have happened. I can't make an excuse about me just going along with it now, says Kashao. From the start, I never intended to make excuses for this, though. As I felt their softness and warmth throughout my body, I pet the two cat girls I honestly cherished. Master. Vanilla, says Chocolate. Master. Vanilla. And Chocolate, she says. Chocolate loves everyone. Chocolate wants us to always be together, she says. Yes, always together, says Vanilla. Chocolate, Master, and me, says Vanilla. Yeah, that's right. Always together, says Kashao. The two of them are going meow meow in their sleep. Made me burst out laughing. It was a lot different than what I was expecting, though, says Kashao. Leaving home by myself, becoming an independent, taking up all the joys and hardships by myself, or so I thought. I really thought I'd be leaving all by myself from now on. I'm pretty lucky having precious partners I can connect with deeply like this, says Kashao. Sometimes they'd make things difficult for me, like when they made mistakes. But in the end, they're cat girls that support both me and the store the best they can. Even though we haven't been together that long, I couldn't imagine a moment without Chocolate and Vanilla. Master, Chocolate is happy too, says Chocolate. Master, Vanilla is also happy now, says Vanilla. Yeah, I am too. Thanks, says Kashao. I kissed both of them gently as they murmured in their sleep, and closed my eyes and drifted off. Become ill from being in heat, asked Shinguri. I don't think that's possible, says Shinguri. Shinguri, the first guest of the morning, said that with a straight face, like it was obvious, and sipped her tea. Huh? But I've really heard that before, says Kashao. The cat girls at home are doing just fine, you know, says Shinguri. I'm having them do a bit of exercises to work off the effects of being in heat, though, she says. Come to think of it, I seem to remember seeing that before, says Kashao. I hadn't ever seen them doing stuff in the house. No, being female, there was no way for Shinguri to do that with them. But Vanilla told me they'd get sick from being in heat, says Kashao. Right, Vanilla? He asked. Shinguri said you should explain it to Master like that, says Vanilla. Ah, come to think of it, Chocolate remembers being told something like that, as she yawns. So you're the one who told them, says Kashao. More importantly, says Shinguri, Ni-sama, whisper today's sweet nothings to your little sister, she says. You can't just more importantly your way out of this, you worthless little sister, says Kashao. Ah, it hurts, Ni-sama. Though I don't mind it rough either, she says. She doesn't seem to regret anything. Well, I wasn't angry at her anyways. It seemed as if Shinguri was able to see through a lot of aspects of me. Mainly my shame, embarrassment, resentments in particular. Sometimes the way Ni-sama expresses his love is too rough, says Shinguri. Next, let us partake in a sultry kiss between siblings, she says. Don't be dumb, says Kashao. As Shinguri sought my lips, I flicked her on the forehead. I certainly hope that there's a carrot to go with this stick, says Shinguri. How could you ever refuse such a cute little sister's enticements? She asked. Aren't you acting rather cold now after Chocolate and Vanilla became your cat companions, asked Shinguri. Don't say that, it makes it sound like we've kissed before, says Kashao. Shinguri put her hands on her hips and puffed out her cheeks. It was really hard to get her jokes. Sometimes, as her older brother, I wondered if it was really safe for her to go outside or on her own. Even more so because she's a heck of a cute little sister. I'm glad that both Chocolate and Vanilla are happy now, though, says Shinguri. They were able to get their bells going with Ni-sama, says Shinguri. It also seems like they've experienced love a bit as well, doesn't it, asked Shinguri. The two cat girls combed each other's hair, still half asleep. Shinguri gazed at them as if they were her very own lovely children. Not too long ago, they didn't even seem to care much about personal grooming like that either, says Shinguri. Don't you think things are getting a little better now too, Nisama? Asked Shinguri. Well, in its own way, says Kashao. My, you're just not honest, says Shinguri. She giggles as if she could see exactly how I truly felt. I did have a bit of uncalled for pride just because I was a little older than her. If chocolate and vanilla weren't going to accept you, I would have myself, says Shinguri. I may be your sister, but even before that, I am a woman, she says. It would be very difficult to turn down Nisama's affection, says Shinguri. Come on now, says Kashao. I couldn't do such things to my little sister, he says. You're always saying silly stuff like that, says Kashao. Stop treating me like a child, says Shinguri. I rubbed Shinguri's head, messing up her hair. She grimaced and scowled at me. I'm serious, you know, asked Shinguri. I'll do whatever I can for Nisama, says Shinguri. Yeah, I get it, says Kashao. Thanks. Take this and that too, he says. Jeez, Nisama. No messing up my hair, says Shinguri. She fixed her hair by patting it down. Yep, she was the same old cute little sister. But you seem to have become kinder too, Nisama, says Shinguri. It probably was a good thing for you to leave the house, she says. I do feel a bit lonely though, says Shinguri, with a slightly lower tone in her voice. She smiled a somewhat sad and troubled smile. I've caused a lot of problems for you in the past, says Kashao, and I wasn't able to get along with Dad. When I'd practiced my baking in secret, I left without saying anything. Even after she had realized, she pretended she didn't. She even secretly helped box up chocolate and vanilla too. It's hard to imagine that Shinguri is my little sister given how bright she is. I'll take good care of chocolate and vanilla, so you don't need to worry, says Kashao. Come over whenever you want, he says. I rested my hand on Shinguri's cheek, filling it with my feelings of appreciation. Okay, says Shinguri. Thank you very much, Nisama, she says. Shinguri responded with a soft smile and by leaving her cheek resting against my hand. I could feel the softness and affection of my little sister passing through the palm of my hand as warmth. Master, preparations for work are all done, says Chocolate. Combat preparations complete. Not a single cowlick, says Vanilla. Oh, roger that, says Kashao. Sorry, Shinguri, I need to do a little preparations to open the store, says Kashao. No, I was the one who pressed upon you this early, says Shinguri. Today is a new day. Please do your best, Nisama, says Shinguri. Yep, you can just take it easy, says Kashao. Chocolate is going too. See you later, Shinguri-chan, says Chocolate. I shall be off to work. See you again, Shinguri, says Vanilla. Okay, have a good day at work, says Shinguri. I guess this settles a lot of stuff, says Shinguri. After being sure everyone had gone down to the bakery to work, Shinguri sat on the living room sofa and muttered to herself. It's still hard to believe that Chocolate and Vanilla are Nisama's companions now, she says. It's almost like another girl has stolen away my crush from me, says Shinguri. Those cat girls who were once just little babies are already... Knowing that she had done it to herself, she couldn't help but let out an ironic laugh. Well, I might as well give up on a dream that won't come to pass, says Shinguri. Maybe it's time I thought about letting my older brother go, she says. As if to ask her yearning heart for the impossible. As if to confess to the person she loved who was just nearby. She whispered it out once more. At least, instead of me, I can entrust my feelings to those cat girls instead of a girl I don't know. I'm okay with always standing by his side as his little sister. Breathing deeply to calm her prickling, panicked heart, she closed her eyes and leaned back onto the sofa. Okay, says Shinguri. Now then, I guess I should start tidying up with Nisama's dirty clothes, she says. She leapt off the sofa, giving both her cheeks a quick slap and looked out the window. Nisama's choice in underwear hasn't changed at all. Oh, jeez. Alright, everybody, I'm going to call it here for this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Nekopara Volume 1.